Hi everyone, for tonight's Nightcap and review, I'm having water, and tonight I'll be discussing Her Soul for a Crown by Alysha Rameera. I hope I got that correct. I did get this as an arc from NetGalley, and of course I'm giving my honest opinion. These are the highlights. And there are no content warnings listed in the book, and nothing I saw really stuck out to me. My rating for this book is a 3.5, so what's it about? So this book is about Anula, who from the moment her village burned down and she was made into an orphan, has set her sights on getting revenge for those responsible for the attack, which are none other than the Raja and those closest to him. Her plan was to poison them all and take the throne for herself and her people. But just as her plan is coming to fruition, a surprise coup throws everything into chaos, and she's left with the only option of making a plea to the cursed gods, her soul in exchange for a crown. And who accepts her bargain? Ri'i, the blood Yaka of the second heaven, who is the most powerful of his clan and has been waiting eons for an offering like hers. Because with an offering like that, he will now have the power to free his brethren from their tormentors. So the offering is accepted and their souls are tethered together until the terms of the bargain have been met or they are unalive. But they will have to work quickly as there are many forces at play trying to stop Anula from becoming the first Regina. Other usurpers for the throne, secret societies, and the gods. But the more they work together, the closer they become, where Anula's heart is not the only thing at risk, but her plans as well, which have the potential to change not just her kingdom, but the heavens as well. So what are my thoughts? Again, I'm giving this a 3.5. Now remember, reading is subjective and not every book is for every reader, and this just may not have been the book for me, but if it sounds like something you're interested in, I strongly encourage you to give it a try for yourself, and I hope you love it. For me, I had really high expectations, and I was really excited for this book because it's inspired by Sri Lankan mythology, which I have never read before, so I was excited to experience something new, as well as this is a book centered around female rage, and I love female rage books. Unfortunately, it didn't quite live up to my expectations for a couple reasons, but I do think I was just not vibing with the author's writing style, so this is all probably personal preference. Now, I do want to say, broad strokes, I did enjoy the concept and the plot of this book, and I do think it had a lot of potential. Unfortunately, I did almost DNF this book a couple times, but I stuck with it after reading a couple reviews that said the second half of the book is better than the first half. And I do agree, the second half is better. But the first half of the book is so fast-paced that for me, it felt like everything was being glossed over, and I was not able to become invested in the storyline. An example is, just as Anula's plans are about to come to fruition, there's that surprise coup. And this would have been a great moment for her anger, her frustration, and just all this tension to build up and get invested into the story. But instead, this coup ends in less than 5 pages, and it was just a blip in the book, in my opinion. Now, another thing I struggled with is Anula, our female main character, because this is supposed to be a book centered around female rage and revenge. And while it's there, I just never felt it in my core like I have with other female rage books. While we get her backstory so we know what motivates her and how she came into being the person that she is, she never seemed like anything more than a one-dimensional tool for someone else's revenge than a character motivated by her own revenge. And what I mean by that is she is constantly talking about her aunt's plans and her aunt's allies, but she's never talking about her plans for power, what she plans to do when she's in power for the people and make things better, and she's never building up her own allies to support her own bid for power. And we see this short-sightedness when she basically bum rushes into a meeting of the ministers when she's been anointed the title of a consort, so a step above a concubine, but is lower than the wife of the Raja and not the Regina. So when she goes into this meeting, she's trying to bring down this corrupt official, but she has no power. She just has a title, and she's shocked by that fact that the title affords her no power, that these men are not willing to listen to her and will believe a man who's not even in the room over her. And if she had spent time building up allies among these ministers, they could have supported her and helped give her a voice in that room until she truly came into the Regina title and became a person with power. And when she leaves the room, rather than change course and do that, she decides to go back to her aunt's plan of just poisoning everyone. Now, this all seems to have been a plot point when she has that realization later on in the book, but for me, it was just not something I vibed with because that was for about 70% of this book. Overall, this just may not have been the book for me, but if this sounds like a book you want to try, I strongly encourage you to do that, and I hope you love it. This book will be available August 12th, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope everyone has a good night and happy readings.